What is up, everybody? Let's see here. Let me get some things settled in here. Mute myself on the computer. What's up, Darren? Good to see you in here, bro. Hope everything's going good. All right, let's see here. Let me get through all this fun stuff that YouTube likes me to get through. First off, can you guys hear me okay? Does it sound all right? Somebody let me know. We made it to 10K. All right, cool. Yeah, Darren, I saw that you're having that surgery, man. I hope it went well, dude. Glad you guys can hear everything. We're gonna wait for a few more people to join in. I'm gonna make myself a drink. Is the music in the background distracting at all? Or can you guys even hear it? Let me know. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some ice. Stand by. All right. Nothing like some local spirits to lift and celebrate 10,000 subscribers. You guys are maniacs. For those of you that can do it, check out End of Days Distillery. They ship stuff. The stuff is the only liquor that I drink these days. It's amazing. All right. We're about ready, y'all. Sweet. All right, let me turn this music down because it's distracting me now. Okay, everybody. Let's see here. Welcome to the live stream. First off, thank you guys. 10,000 subscribers. That's insane. So for those of you that don't know, I started this channel 4 years ago this coming January. So we're close to the 4-year anniversary of this channel. And started off very slow. And if you guys have been with me from the beginning, you know my DIYs were like crazy in depth. And at that time, of course, I was like, I need to show every turn of a wrench. I don't want to leave anything up to guessing for people, which a lot of people appreciated, but it did make some really long videos. So I'm in the process of kind of going over some of those. Drag strip. You're gonna want breaks, while you do your control arm changing. So just take a break, man. Grab a drink. But yeah. So for those of you guys that have been with me since the beginning, you're crazy. But I'm happy that you're here. Thank you so much. For those of you that are just joining the channel, welcome to the madness. Hopefully this stuff can help you guys. But to give you guys perspective how fast this channel has grown in the past year. A year ago this month, I had 3,000 subscribers. And so in a year, we've grown the channel 7,000 subscribers, whereas the 3 years before that, only 3,000. So this channel has really done extremely well in the past year, specifically the past 6 months. It's really kicked off. So thank you guys so much. I never thought that the channel would be this way. So let me go through some of these comments. They're coming in fast here. We will get to the giveaways. I'm going to scatter them through the night here. I'm going to have to check my phone battery every once in a while, which means I might have to unplug the microphone on occasion and plug in the actual phone so it doesn't die like it did last time. So let me make sure I haven't missed any questions here. What's up, James? Welcome to the chat, buddy. Everybody, good grief. There's a lot of y'all in here. This is amazing. I am so stoked. What's up, Derek? Thank you guys so much. All right. So Chicago in the house asking, would you recommend an A6C7 for a first car if you've been driving for a while and have the money? So to answer that question, Chicago, this is definitely the best car I've ever owned. Now, having said that, I've owned Volkswagen Audis for a very long time. This is my first Audi, but lots of other Volkswagens. And what I would say is if you buy this car and you don't know your way around working on it, and you're not familiar with working on Volkswagen Audis and don't have the tools to do it, I would tell you one of two things. make sure you have some money set aside for maintenance, or set some money aside to start buying tools and whatnot so you can do it yourself. It's a very reliable car, the 30T, and it's very actually easy to work on. And there's lots of resources to learn how to work on this car. If there's not a video that I have done on something you're curious about, you can typically 9 times out of 10 Google B8S4 and then your issue, and you'll find something because these cars are so incredibly similar. So I love this car. I've had it now for a little over 5 or close to 5 years now, and it's been fantastic. The only time it's left me on the side of the road was a thermostat failure, which I was able to limp it to the shop. And then I had my crank pulley, my OEM crank pulley failed, and I had to get that towed to the shop to get replaced. That was before I was really doing any DIY videos. So other than that, it's been fantastic. So I love it. I think you'll be good with it, especially if you know the maintenance history on it. So yeah, if you have any questions about a specific car you're looking at, feel free to email me or DM me on Instagram. All right, let's see here. Addy Power using the crank pulley video. Awesome. Hopefully that came in helpful. Man, I'm so happy to see all you guys in here. Yeah, James spotted the Red Bull banner. I know. Not happy with some things from this season, but it was a great season if you guys pay attention to F1. Sebastian, this isn't even a tablecloth. This is legit the same wrapping paper that I did my video the other day in, because this table is hideous. So I was like, yeah, I'll throw that on there, throw some tape on it. All right. Oh, Dane, what's going on with your S4, man? Sorry to hear that it's got you down. Whew. Thank you, Mad Scientist. All right, man, you guys are just awesome. I'll cut up with the comments right now. So, Randy, I agree. We do need to meet. We need a C7 meet. For those of you that live on the Eastern Seaboard or don't mind driving, I'm going to be attending 2 shows that I know in the first half of 2023. The first one will be the Southeast Eurofest shows at or in Raleigh, North Carolina. There's actually 2 of them. They're February 25th and February 26th. And I am attending the show on 25th as a participant, and then on the 26th, I'm going to be participating in that show as well, but I'll be a booth car for Merc Racing. So I'll be there both of those days if anybody wants to drive down for that. And then the big show that I'm already planning on attending is Alpine Volksfair by Eurotripper in Helen, Georgia, in May. They haven't announced the official dates. I'm going to be hosting a big body Audi meet for that show, for the pre-meets, to get a few guys onto the actual show field, which will be really, really, really stoked. I'm super excited about that. So if you guys want to come find me and meet me in person, I'll be at those shows for sure. I would love to meet you guys. It was a good time last year. Always love Helen. I've been going there for years. All right, got some questions coming in. Randy, I got beer, but it's a liquor kind of night. It's cold, and I like gin on a cold night. Blondie, I'm really glad that the Merc Racing videos helped you out. All right, if the chrome on the stock grill is bubbling and peeling up, should I peel it off and spray paint it, or will it be better just get a used one? What about powder coating? That's from Jet Kennemore. So Jet, if it's bubbling, you can always sand it down, take a pressure washer to it, honestly, and pressure wash everything off of it. And then you can sand it down and you can take it off to get powder coated, or a lot less hassle, just pick up a grill of your choice. Either if you like the OEM style, different grills, look on the forums and Facebook groups and see if you can find one, or go to Can Auto Performance and pick up one of their aftermarket RS grills. They're great. We're going to be giving one of those away a little bit later tonight. Theo, thank you so much. The last time I did the Q&A, that was the first live Q&A I did. I didn't even know that the super chat things were in there, and people gave some donations. And I got to tell you this, that's super helpful. Anytime you guys help me out like that, everything this channel does pays for itself. Like, all the money that I put into my card, into this channel, comes directly from YouTube. I don't use any really of my personal big boy job money. That goes to my family and is under control of my wife. So everything I do is from this channel. So all these donations, they're going straight to a fund for me to put away to save for tires, because I got these brand new wheels, but I don't have $1,000 right now to throw on tires. So I'm saving up every little thing I can to hopefully have the car ready on those wheels for the first show in February. So thank you guys so much for that. All right. Emilio, what you know about Hardywood, man? Oh, Hardywood Bear. Oh, I thought you said beer. I was thinking of Hardywood Brewery in Norfolk, Virginia. All right, hold on. These things are bouncing around here. Brendan, thanks for the props there, man. All right, let's see here. Lucid Perspective, Florida C7S6, new to the game, but an M3 guy. Welcome. You're going to be really, really happy with that S6 compared to the M3, especially if you were in something like an E92 M3. That's a whole different ball game. Yeah, Randy, Helen is incredible. And my video sucked. Like my little after show video, go look up. If you want to see some crazy stuff from Helen, just go on YouTube and search SOWO, SOWO, and go to town. If you found one by Ralph Salomon, you'll see a feature of my old GTI, one of his videos. It won't be that crazy because Euro Tripper does an amazing job keeping everything under control for this show. It's incredible. The town of Helen's amazing. We've already got our cabin reserved. I'm staying once again with Jose Mercado from Merc Racing and a couple other C7 guys that I've brought in on our cabin to help me volunteer at the Big Body Audi meet. I might be looking for more volunteers, so keep an eye out for that. If I put a feeler out there, I need some people to help run the meets and make sure that they stay under control. Mad Scientist, you should definitely make the road trip from West Virginia. Find a group, and everybody, find a group of people to go with. Bailey, yes, IE Mobile. I am super stoked. For those of you guys that don't know, Integrated Engineering and 034 Motorsports. 034 is a little bit behind IE on this one, but for years people have said, why can't I flash my car from my phone? You know, other companies have been able to do this for other car makes and models, but you know, for a long time we've been tethered to making sure we have a Wi-Fi connection either from your phone or you know from your house and a laptop or at minimum a tablet. Now IE is about to release IE Mobile. As long as you have their new version 4 PowerLink mobile unit, you will be able to download an app on your phone and you will be able to not only change your software on the fly with your phone, but you will be able to do all sorts of data logging and change all sorts of parameters from your phone from their mobile link. They're releasing it first for the B9 platforms and slowly working its way out for other popular platforms, which the 3OT is probably one of the most popular platforms they have, so I'd imagine we get it pretty quickly. But I think the B9s are going to get it in February of 2023. So I keep bugging Damon Earl of IE really often. I'm like, hey, by the way, I need that app. And I'm sure he's getting really annoyed with me messing with him on that one. So I am super stoked. And 034 Motorsports, I've heard they have one coming out as well. They're just a little bit behind IE on that. All right. Let's see here. All right, Theo, Austin, you guys, thank you so much. All right, let's see here. Jet, the RS style grill, it depends on what you have. If you have front camera, night vision, all that stuff, you got to do a little bit of retrofitting, but it's honestly not bad. It's not terrible at all. All right. Sorry, guys, I got to go through y'all or hit me with comments. I love it. If I miss something and it's really important, post it again. Paintball New York, thoughts on the various ethanol sensor options for the C7C and 7.5 for the P3 adapter, CAN sensor, all that stuff. So I don't have access to reliable ethanols. That's why you guys hadn't seen really any videos of me working with it. But what I'll say this is you can go to something like Fuel It or some of those other companies that have the Bluetooth kits. It's all one and done, you know, cost a few $100s. And if you have a P3 gauge, you can get their kit to connect it and run through the P3 gauge, or you can just get a standalone gauge, or you can get the Bluetooth one that you can have on your phone at all times. I've got a CAN sensor now. I swapped my P3 gauge out with a CAN sensor, and I have the one that I can connect ethanol sensor to, and it'll display ethanol. And eventually I will do that because I'd like to run at least E20. I keep a few gallons in the garage to reduce knock. You can do it all yourself too and save a lot of money. You can buy the Continental sensor. You can buy all the stuff to make your own wiring harness. You can do all that and have it all done for like $120, I think, $150 versus paying like $400 and some dollars. Now that's not for a digital Bluetooth kit. That's for just a typical, not to say digital, it's not for a Bluetooth kit or anything. That's just for an analog kit. But yeah, eventually I'll have some videos on that. Kyle wants a video on my custom exhaust setup with a Gibson muffler. Absolutely, it's going to come. But as you can see, I'm sitting here in the middle of my garage. I don't have my car. My car is still in the shop. They are waiting for a airbag module, which got delivered today. So I should have the car back on Monday. And as soon as I do, when I get some time, I will go out and get an exhaust video done with the Gibson muffler on my current exhaust setup. I do like it a lot. It's not as loud as I'd like it to be, but it is controlled. There's zero rasp. There's hardly any drone. So I am overall really happy with it right now. Gavin Photography, welcome to the B8S4 crowd there. That 3OT engine's amazing. You're going to miss the 24 valve VR6 sound because there's no sound like it, but you're going to really love that 3OT. All right. Jet, I'd have to hear what your issues with your car are to see if you got a limit or not. So feel free to DM me or email me with everything you've had, and I'll let you know what I think. Brian G at CGD wants to know about my transmission that I picked up from Lifetime Audi. fantastic. It's had zero issues. We're almost at like 7 months with it. I'm running I'm running Liqui Moly Top Tech 1800 in it, which is an aftermarket fluid, of course, and it's super cheap compared to the ZF Lifeguard. Haven't had a single issue. It's been great. Love it. So highly suggest anything you guys need, especially used parts, go to Lifetime Audi. They're amazing, amazing people. Okay, let's see here. Thermostat upgrade. Yep, I'm waiting for the thermostat upgrade from Marcus Rummy 2, and that's kind of what I'm waiting on doing the PCV relocation because I want to do all that at once. They wants to know about hoodies. These things are just expensive. Like if I were to sell these to you guys, I'd have to charge like $75 or some crap for them. I'm trying to find a more economic solution for you guys. If you really, really want one, DM me and I'll get you one, but it's not going to be cheap. They're really, really nice, but they're expensive, and I just don't feel like dedicating a shit ton of time to creating a clothing store for this. But I know you guys want them. All right. So real quick, guys, I think we should do the first giveaway. What do you think? Everybody want to do a giveaway real fast? Yep. Everybody, well, we're going to do one. Stand by. I'm going to go get the first thing. All right. Real quick, let's see here. Okay. This is our first giveaway of the evening, you guys. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to do random things to give away stuff. I have no rhyme or reason here. You guys might want to have your phones handy. You might want to have some paper and pencil handy this evening. You never know what I might ask you guys to go do in order to win something tonight. So if you guys are ready to do the giveaway, put a pause on the questions until we get done, okay? Because I'm going to ask all of you right now to pick a number between 1 and 100. Every single person, I want you to type a number here, 1 to 100. Whoever gets the closest wins this OBD2 reader. This is a OBD2 reader by creator C-Reader Elite. I've opened it up. I have put it to use. It is good for a basic code reader. This is not going to be super in-depth like an OBD11 or a VCDS, but this is something you can leave in your car. If you get some kind of a code, you've got it there. It does connect to the internet. There are a whole lot of things that it can do. Once again, not OBD11 quality, but to read codes and to have for free. Here goes. Other disclaimer, if you are outside of the continental United States, if you win something, especially one of the big items, I'm going to ask you if you wouldn't mind helping me out with international shipping, okay? The shipping is really expensive. If you guys are inside the continental United States, I will take care of the shipping. If it's outside, especially overseas, we'll get some shipping quotes and we'll work on that. All right. And remember, if you see someone post your same number, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do a different runoff. So if more than one people guess the same number and it's correct, then we're going to have to do a runoff vote here. All right. Let's see here. How many people are in this? It doesn't even tell me. I don't know. All right. We're going to scroll up here and look at the numbers. All right, almost done here. Emilio started looking at repeat comments. Yeah, I'm looking at all of you guys, so you only need to comment one time. Thank you, Lucid. Thank you, Mad Scientist. You'd think it would like show me like right here. Oh, there we go. It says right there. 80 watching now. Okay, it looks like everybody's got their votes in. My number, and I wrote it down so you don't think I'm just making it up off the top of my head, is 53. So Hater Khan, yours was 54. You win the OBD reader. Okay. So what I need you to do, Hater, I'm going to tag you on here. Hater, DM me or email me all your information, first and last name, your email address, and your shipping address. And this is yours, buddy. Congratulations. Nice. This is fun. All right. Dude, Travis, are you in here? The guys on the chat just realized I'm doing a live giveaway. All right, man, I'm going to set this off to the side. So some of the stuff that I have that I'm giving away is brand new. Some of the stuff that was on my car, like the Merc Racing Divorce Reservoir Kit. I ran that on my car for a little over a year. It was Jose's first rendition of it to make sure it works on the C7s. Works beautifully. It comes with a bracket and everything to mount. I polished it up nice with some metal polish, so it looks really pretty, but it was used on my car. The RS grill is brand new. You're just going to need your own emblem to go on there. So you can pick a black emblem up from Can Auto Performance if you want to. The test pipes that Can Auto donated, of course, they're brand new and they're going to come straight from Can Auto to whoever wins. So yeah, we also have a gift card from Ben Weaving, the Navman, to get an MMI upgrade for free. So we'll do another one of those in just a little bit. All right, let me go back up through here and make sure I didn't miss any other really important questions. All right, let's see here. Okay, Blondie has a question. How would you go about figuring out which company the previous owner used to tune the car? It's a Crec engine, but the rev limiter is raised to 7,200 RPMs. But without a TCU tune, it shifts around 6,400. For one, Crec engines don't have many people that can tune them. And more than likely, it's integrated engineering. They're the first ones that really came out with good IE or with good Crec tunes, CREC tunes. James hates it when I say Crec. O34 has one now, and I do believe APR has one. I'm not sure if EPL ever came out with one, which if it was EPL, you're kind of screwed because they're not in business anymore. I don't think Unitronic has one. But what you can do always is you call all the major tuning companies and you give them your VIN number. They keep records of every car via their VIN number. So call APR, call Unitronic, call IE, call O34, tell them, hey, I bought this car, I think it might be tuned, here's my VIN. And they should be able to find out if they tuned the car. If you find that none of them have tuned it, then it might have some weird off-the-wall tune, and in that case, I'd get rid of it, and I would go with something with the Crec engines. I would go with integrated engineering, especially if you have access to E85. E85 on a stage 1 is like 504 horsepower or something like that, or 524 horsepower, something ridiculous with a single pulley E85. It's stupid what they can do with that, but you're also limited after that. You can't really do ethanol and dual pulley. Ask James all about that. All right, going back up here and trying to get through these questions again. Ramey, thank you for the donations, man. All right, how do I like the RS Nav from Jose de Santos? Jose, it's not RS Nav. It's a company called Seacane, which I do not suggest you guys buy from them. They sent me a really good unit. It works fantastic. There is a theory that they might have sent me a legit RS nav because what everybody else got that bought through the link that they sent to me is not, it does not look like the one that I got, and it didn't have the software of the one that I got. Mine has functioned flawlessly. It's been great, but other people had issues, so I removed all links to their products because I don't want anybody to have any issues with those. But I really, really do love it. What's up, Maryland Quattro A6? Welcome to the feed, man. Oh, Lazy got upset that I said O34. It's kind of like my job. For those of you that don't know, I'm an air traffic controller, and we're not allowed to say O. And we say there's no O's in air traffic unless it's O shit. So 034 Motorsports. Sorry about that, Lazy. All right. Bootleg, you're selling your wheels to pay for maintenance? Damn, dude. Jet integrated engineering, when it comes to stage 3 tunes, I'm not sure what you mean for stage 3 tunes. There's not really stage 3, so to speak, for the 3OT unless you're upgrading a supercharger, which Merc Racing might have that option coming out soon. So there might be stage 3 tunes that's coming up. Sophia, thank you. Welcome to the channel. All right. Yep. Let's see here. Stephen Byler, thank you, man. Welcome. You can add automatic cruise control. Reference Hyder's question about that. You can add automatic cruise control to the C7s. It's just not easy, and you have to retrofit everything. You have to get all the wiring harnesses, things like that. It's, I don't know, and it's kind of more trouble than it's worth, because then you have to go somewhere that can calibrate it to your car, which is dumb expensive, and if you ever bump it the wrong way, you have to get it calibrated again. If anything goes bad, you have to get like all these cameras for it. You're looking at thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just in parts only, and then a lot of labor to do it. So I don't think it's worth it. All right. Yeah, a lot of people are excited about the PCV relocation. We have everything ready to go for it. I'll show you guys the parts from Merc Racing in a little bit. I'm super excited for it as well. I'm waiting on the metal thermostat housing from Marcus Rumswinkle, so I can do all that at once. Let's see here. Yeah, I know I'm missing out on running ethanol, but I just don't have reliable ethanol, and so I don't want to mess with that. Like I said, I'm going to try and run E20 just to reduce knock until we get something reliable around here. All right. No, Darren, it's actually not at Aldub. It's at Mobile Tech because it went to a body shop there, and they're replacing the airbag module under insurance. My neighbor backed into me, or not backed into me, but he rear-ended me. Ryan Duggan wants to ask about Murtop headers. I know a bunch of people that ran them. Thornton Dykes, Slow A6 on Instagram, 10-second quarter mile A6. He had them, and it sounded a lot better than any test pipes, but you have to pull the engine out to install those. So it's a pretty beefy install. It's not easy. I know that Jose Mercado, Mark Racing, has them on his S4, and one of the flanges broke on there. So he's having to reinforce the welds. What I would say with Murtop is, for the price, order them. And then take them somewhere and get the welds reinforced before you put them on. That way you don't have to worry about that. Kind of like gutting your OEM cats. All right, let's see here. Theo asks, C730T Stage 1 integrated engine. What should normal oil temperatures be? I think I saw someone respond to you. Yeah, James did. 210 to 220. That's normal. I, during the summer, typically see 226. And 226, from what I've been told by like my tech friends, is like the perfect oil temp. So anywhere from I would say 215 up to 226, 227, anywhere in there is your ideal oil temperature. Gavin, 12 valve. Yeah, not as great as a 24 valve in terms of power, but it still sounds great. It's a VR6. Derek, 100K service, it really depends on the maintenance that's been done to your car. Without knowing that, I wouldn't know. You know, you have Audi's recommended service intervals, and you could go by that and be good. But at 100K, if none of these have been done, you're looking at, excuse me, you're looking at control arms, engine mounts potentially, PCV, thermostat, water pump, definitely belts if those have never been changed. Your OEM crank pulley, if you haven't ever had that replaced, maybe need that. So there's a bunch of different things there that, you know, we might want to pay attention to. But if it all looks like it's working well, then don't change it unless you need to. All right. All right. All right, what mileage should I worry about the PCV replacement and the cats dying? That's from Martin. We have a video specifically about catalytic converters, and they have failed on stock cars. They fail on stage 1 cars, definitely stage 2 cars. Mine failed at around 65,000 miles, I think, 75,000 miles, and it happened about 10,000 miles after I went stage 1. So they were already failing under my OEM tuning. They're a ticking time bomb. If you know what to look for and you really pay attention to your car, you know, you can wait till you start to see signs of it, but I would just go ahead and stick money back for test pipes and money for labor to get them swapped out. Well, piece of plastic in my cup. I don't know how that got in there. Mad Scientist, I did look at Teespring. It might be something else I come back to. I just really don't feel like dealing with taxes with the federal government and all that jazz. It's too much of a headache. Gavin also asked about oil burning issues with these cars. Gavin, if I were you, I would go find our video on 3OT oil consumption. I cover all the common places for oil leaks, oil failures, and consumption. Watch that video, and that should give you a really good idea. But if everything's working normally, you should see a half of a liter per 4,000 to 5,000 miles, depending on how you drive. If you're burning a liter to a liter and a half every 4,000 to 5,000 miles, that's about normal, especially if you drive heavily. But, you know, you could go in and start looking at things like your valve cover gaskets and PCV failures potentially for burning extra oil. I'm trying to get caught up, guys. All right, let me go. I'm catching up. All right. So many numbers. Oh my gosh, I gotta get down here. All right. What I wish this chat didn't do is, as I'm scrolling, every time someone said something, immediately going down to the bottom. All right. Getting caught up. All right. Yeah, everybody's excited about the test pipes and I didn't forget APR, James. I said APR. Ramey wants to ask if there's any reason that an A6 would half crank and then start up normally on the second try. That could be anything from old spark plugs not sparking correctly, a fueling issue. If you have ethanol, that could be it. If it's cold, there could be a few different things. I would definitely scan your car for codes and see what that says and go from there. Omar, this RS grill is only for A6, unfortunately. So sorry about that, man. No, Ryan Duggan says Verge. Man, I hadn't seen anybody talk about Verge Performance in a long time. You better pray to God you don't have Verge Performance tune on your car. James, who got the crack into the 10s? Who was that? All right. Jack wants to know if I think he can put a turbo on his Mitsubishi Galant 4-banger without blowing it up. I mean, where there's a will, there's a way, I guess. Go on wish.com and get a turbocharger from there. See how that goes out. DSA attack. Does New York emissions connect to tailpipes? Connecticut doesn't. No, most emissions are done via a computer and doing readiness testing. So if you get test pipes, you have to figure out a way to defeat that. A lot of people use OBD or O2 spacers for that. Good luck with that living in those states. I luckily live in a county without emissions inspections. All right. Yeah, if you guys need any really in-depth questions about Crack engines, talk to James Rubio. He's in the chat. He is the Crack goat. And then Rinchin's in here. Hey, welcome, dude. He's like goat number 2 for it. All right. I am catching up, guys. I am trying to catch up. Thank you, everybody, for the congratulations. I'm still so stoked on hitting 10,000 subscribers. All right. Did you end up doing the CWA 150 pump? Notice anything versus the 100? That's from Brian Lyle. Brian, yes, I did the CWA 150. I have a whole video on installing that and my thoughts on that, so I won't go in depth on here. I'm happy I had it. What I will say is if I was coming from an OEM pump and looking to upgrade, I'd go with a CWA 150. If I already had my 100, which my 100 failed on me, so I went back to the OEM pump. If I already had a 100, I would not go with the 150 just to upgrade. There's not a massive difference between the two, but the 150 does work well. I don't have remote start. I would love to. I would go with the Drone Mobile and I forget the other company, but you can start your car from your phone basically. A lot of people have talked about it on the forums. It would be really nice. Brian Lyle also asked about or says about working the catch can with the PCB location. I'm really stoked on that too. West Virginia Cajun, you think his PCB screwed for a third time? Man, that is crazy to go through 3 PCBs, man. And yeah, I'm excited to not have to deal with that ever again. Theo asked if I would ever consider going to Arizona. I live in North Carolina, dude. Taking my car to Arizona would be crazy. If this channel ever gets me like super well off, maybe if this became like my only gig, but I got a very full-time job with a wife and a kid, so I doubt I'll make it out to Arizona anytime soon. Brian CGD asked me what's my daily driver. My daily driver is my C7. That's it. I've been thinking about picking up a Mark III GTI. I want a Mark III VR6 as a daily. I would really be happy with that. But yeah, my C7 is my daily. Excuse me. Damien asked where I went to school for air traffic. I went to Embry-Riddle in Daytona Beach, Florida. Where did this go? Going through getting certified. I went to school, then I went to FA Academy for a few months, and then went to my first facility. It depends on the facility you go to, but it's you got to just put your nose to the grindstone and get it done, man. All right, Matt Science got the spider hose. By the way, if you're doing the PCB relocation and you haven't got the metal valley pan, you need to start looking for those, because when I first started this, there was a ton of them on eBay, and now there was just one last night. So if there's no more used ones that you guys can find out there, you might have to buy a new one, which the new one from Audi, I found them online for like $238 shipped. That comes with a new oil separator on it as well, which isn't terrible, because if you buy a used valley pan and then you buy a replacement oil separator, you're in it for about $120 there. So, you know, an extra $100 to have brand new for both of them isn't terrible, but it's not ideal when you could potentially do it with used parts. So y'all need to look for those if you don't have them yet. Derek C asked recommendation on stage 1 tune for an RS7. If you've got a 4-liter twin turbo engine, DS1 is who I'm going to send you to, hands down. I am not a 4OT expert. I am trying to learn more and more about it, but DS1 is the gold standard for tuning your 4OTs. After that, Integrated Engineering has a good tune, and as much as I am not a fan of the company, APR has a strong tune for the 4OTs as well, but the DS1 is the gold standard. All right. Blake wants to know what quarter mile time I think Josh Marshall, who is suited up to the nines, will run with the Magnuson Supercharger. Man, I hope he gets into the low tens at minimum. And if anybody can do it, Josh can do it. I'm really excited to see what he gets out of that. So if you guys don't follow Suited Up to the Nines, I think I can tag him on here. Let's see here. Maybe this will work here. You guys can let me know if this tag works. YouTube started these new tags, so you guys can tell me if that works or not, but definitely go follow him. He's a 3OT guru. He's got tons of information on his channel. Steven, there's no dipstick being given away. That would have been a good one, though. I should have thought of that, but no, there's no dipstick in here tonight. All right. Someone asked me what part of North Carolina I'm in. I'm in the Wilmington, North Carolina area. All right. All right. Let's see here. Jet, I'll check out that email later on tonight, guys. I think I have caught up with stuff so far. So, all right, let's see here. How much do Canon Typhoon intakes go for looking to install? I guess Emilio's asking that for the 2OT. I honestly don't know how much they go for. If you guys know who Quinn is, Fatboy Quinn, he was like the C7 2OT expert. He got hit. I think he had the fastest 2OT C7 before he went into his S6, and he's got an awesome S6, but I think they're maybe like $160, something like that. They can't be terrible. Joey, I appreciate it, man. I do like Arizona. I've been out there for other vacations. I just don't think I'll get out there with my car. Lauren, you got a 2017 S6. First modification I would do is a JXB Performance drive shaft carrier upgrade. Protect that drive shaft, because as you throw power at it, you can really damage the drive shaft. So get that secured away, and then heat exchanger and tune. Have fun with it. Jerry Wong, what's my opinion on the 034 suspension upgrade outside of sway bars? I've actually got Eurocode sway bars front and rear, and I really am happy with those. I know 034 makes a good product as well. I've got the 034 upper and lower street density control arms, as well as their street density engine mounts, and they're fantastic. They really help a lot. Another really good drivetrain upgrade is the differential and transmission mount inserts. 034 makes them. You got me all self-conscious about that. 034 makes them. Eurocode makes them. I got the Eurocode stuff on mine. It's all the same stuff. Eurocode's a little bit cheaper. They're fantastic. All right. Jorge Hoga Hidalgo asked me if I would do test pipe install on jack stands. Absolutely not. No way. There's some people that do it, and they're a glutton for punishment. With the ways that people know how to do them as is, you need all sorts of ridiculous extensions and weird angles to get at those things, and it is a nightmare. We even tried to do it on an actual lift, and all things going perfectly, trying to get them out, we still had issues. I've got gutted cats, so I'm not in a rush until my gutted cats, maybe they split or something, to go in there and mess with it. But one day I am going to get my car in here, and I'm going to try and do a video on removing the false firewall behind the engine. If you don't know this, that like right behind the engine, the firewall there is a fake one. You can pull that out. It takes about an hour to get out, I think, but you have to drain your coolant because you have to pull those pipes out. But when you pull that out, you should have crazy access to all the bolts on the top ends of your catalytic converters. And if we can do that, getting your catalytic converters out will be far simpler versus the other way. So one day I'll do that, and we'll take a look at that and see if that is beneficial, because that's how you have to remove the catalytic converters out of a 4OT. You remove that false firewall, and they come straight out the top. You won't be able to bring the catalytic converters out of the top, I don't think. They'll still have to come out of the bottom. It's just still tricky. You'll have to move the transmission back and forth a little bit, but it'll be way easier to access all the bolts. All right, let's see here. Brian CGD is making fun of me because I don't have a beer in every one of my videos when I do my gears and beers. Sometimes I can't drink. I have a job that I have to be careful of what I drink before I go to work. Jay Cully asked me if I want to get my supercharger ported. I absolutely do. Shane Horning is who I would love to send my supercharger off to get ported. But Vast Performance, they do the Cerakoted valve covers. They do engine porting, or I'm sorry, supercharger porting as well. I would love to do it. Once again, though, it's just a matter of saving up money and doing that. I'd also like to get a spare supercharger to do that, so I don't have to take my car down, because it is my daily driver. So I need to pick up a spare supercharger to be able to send off to one of those guys to get done eventually. and also port match a throttle body to go with it. Lestreak Davis, you have to remove your catalytic converters to be able to gut them, and a shop won't do it. It's a big EPA no-no. And you just have to have something to knock out the interior material with, man. Franksif 101 wants to know how you can know if your cats are going bad. Check out our video. It's labeled like the 3OT's fatal flaw, why you need to replace your catalytic converters. Check that video out and I explain everything in there. Mad Scientist, good job, man. I'm glad everybody took advantage of those Black Friday sales. Randy, it doesn't matter gutting your cats or adding test pipes. If you add test pipes, you can actually take your OEM cats and sell them for the material in them and make your money back on the test pipes. So, something to think about. RC, what combo should I get with the test pipes to get rid of the rasp? I'm going to do an entire video specifically about the 3OT exhaust system, why it sucks, why it's hard to control, what systems were designed for it, and why they were designed a certain way. That is coming out soon, but basically you need a mid resonator, you need a mid muffler, and then rear mufflers. You can do rear mufflers, rear bottle resonator, something like that, but I'm going to do a whole video on that. We could literally spend 20 minutes talking about that right here, right now. Martin, no, I'm not worried about pushing the envelope. There are people that have pushed these cars well beyond what I have my car pushed to, and not really seeing any issues. There are people that are running crazy runs with E40, E50, and with water meth and all sorts of jazz. But you got to be careful, especially running in super low DAs, cold temperatures with high ethanol content, high horsepower. That's about when you have to be careful setting cylinder 5 to the moon. But otherwise, these are very reliable engines and they can take a lot of power. The larger throttle body without a ported blower will help, but the ported blower matched to the throttle body will really help. I'm not going to do a video on how to gut stock cats. Mine are already done, and I don't want the EPA breathing down my neck showing you guys how to break federal law. Gavin, you could put a high flow cat, with you saying the down pipes. I assume you're talking about the mid pipes, the pipes that connect your axle back to your test pipes. Yeah, that's definitely an option. You can put a catalytic converter there. You just won't be able to run your O2 sensors there. You'll still have to do something with your O2 sensors in your test pipes. Replacing your engine mounts on the C7, the driver side's pretty straightforward. On the passenger, the passenger side's straightforward. The driver side's a little bit more. You have to lower your subframe to get it out, but it's doable. I've already done mine. If I ever have to do them again, I'll definitely do it. All right, guys, let's do another giveaway. What do you say? This giveaway, I don't have anything physically to give you. This is going to be a free MMI upgrade from Ben Weaving or the Navman. You can find his website. It's like the Navman co.uk or the navmanuk.com, something like that. I'll send the information to the person. But Ben Weaving, for those of you that don't know, he'll send you memory cards and instructions on how to update your OEM MMI system. If you have a C7 pre-facelift, it'll update your maps. It'll update the ability to connect to your Bluetooth faster, things like that. If you've got a facelifted C7, he can enable CarPlay or Android Auto as well and get some really cool features. You'll have to send in some information so we can tell you exactly what needs to be done. So, for those of you that want to participate in this one, what should we do? Let's think of something fun. Let's see here. And before someone will come in here inevitably and say you can just get this information that Ben does for free and do it online, yes, that information is out there for free, but it's not as easy as what Ben provides you. He provides you something that allows you to do it like very, very easily and almost idiot proof. The other way is you have to deal with green screen menu and whatnot and some other things, I believe, and you can brick your MMI. And for the price he charges, like a dealership's going to charge you $300, $350. He charges about $100 if you pay for it. Yeah, it's free out there. If you want to do it freeway, go for it. But for $100 to get an MMI upgrade with current maps and all that stuff, and enable CarPlay, Android Auto, I think that's well worth it. All right. Yeah, see, there's Travis right there. I knew Travis would be in there. Okay. We'll just do another number one. That seems easy enough for these small ones. I don't want to knock over my damn drink. So I'm going to write a number down once again. Get your numbers ready. What the hell did I do with my marker? Alright, do something different. Okay, so this time, hey, I didn't even tell you what the numbers are for. Y'all are throwing up numbers. Y'all are gonna do y'all that are guessing here. Number between 1 and 200. Number between 1 and 200, y'all. Oh, y'all all screwed up. Look at y'all. Can't change your guess. Look at everybody changing their guesses. Y'all need to wait for the rules to be announced. 1 to 200. I'm going to check my battery power on the cell phone. Hold on. You're doing good. Yes, just pick a number between 1 and 200. If somebody guesses the number on the nose, if multiple people guess the number on the nose, we'll do a runoff for those people. All right, you guys. Let me go through the numbers. If you can, refrain from commenting until I get through these numbers if you haven't done it. All right, going back up. Oh, look at these people retracting their messages. Cheaters. Sage, you picked 243. I said between 1 and 200. Come on, dude. All right, you guys. We have a winner. I'm just going to type them out here. All right, the suspense. And here is your winner. Dynamic Demon Racing picked 162, and I picked 168. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, we might have messed up. Franksif. I missed Franksif there. Hold on. Let me go through this one more time. I'm going to retract my own message. Hold on. I might have messed this up. Hold on. Let me go through this one more time. Stop, count, paste. Stop putting numbers in. Everybody hang on. Actually, there might be someone else. Let's see here. The way this thing works is really weird on my end, trying to go through these because it's constantly bouncing around. Oh, yeah, there's someone that was way closer. Okay, so the winner is... Jason, I don't even butcher that last name. He was 1 off. I missed his going through it. He was 1 off. Mine was 168, and Jason is 169. So, Jason is the winner. Congrats, dude. Email me your first name, last name, shipping address, and all that info, and I will send that over to Ben Weaving. You have to talk to him to figure out exactly what version of your stuff you need, so I'll put you guys in contact. Oh, yeah, I tap really loud. Sorry. Maybe he wasn't paying attention when I accidentally tagged him and he never saw it. All right, so some other things with the channel. One thing that I did actually just this week, and you'll start seeing it in the descriptions of my videos, which by the way, if you're new to the channel, make sure you read the descriptions of all my videos. I usually post links to helpful things. I post like the tools that I use, all those kinds of stuff. Definitely read the descriptions of the videos. But I have an Amazon affiliate store now. So if there's a tool that I use or something, I will link to it on Amazon. And if you buy it through my link, I get a little bit of a kickback from Amazon, and that helps out the channel. So I've got an Amazon store. There's a link to it in our YouTube channel bio. And I've got a list on there of like, things that everybody should have. Just my suggestions of tools that I have in the garage that I really, really like. And I'll keep adding to that. Otherwise, as I do DIYs, I'll leave the links to tools that I use in there. And if you have to buy something, if you use those links, awesome. If you find something that is better than the one that I put in, let me know so I can change that link. Sorry, Dynamic. I didn't mean to tease you, dude. David, was 168 the fastest I went with the A6? The fastest I've been in the A6 is 165. And it was little disconcerting, but at the same time, very smooth. It was really weird. And when I say 165, that was indicated on the speedo, so that's probably closer to like 155 at that point with the correction built in. Joey DeCario with H&R Springs, if you have OEM sport suspension, it actually rides really nice. That's what I have on mine. But if you've got your regular shocks, Bilsteins are pretty much the go-to. They're pricey, but they're great. And at that point, if you're doing shocks and springs, you might just look at doing a coilover system. John Casisa, if you've got chip work and you like it, you're going to be blown away when you go with a full-blown tune, especially if you do some pulley upgrades. Yeah, this thing taps very loud, and the microphone's literally right next to it, so I apologize, you guys. I do have heavy fingers. Neil Martin, thanks, man. Welcome to the channel. All right, so Jared Rayfield, any concerns with mods such as a tune voiding extended warranties? When it comes to warranties outside of Audi, they have to know that you have the mod. So if there's not a way for them to figure out if they don't do an inspection, don't tell them that you have it. If you have an extended warranty through Audi, then that's a different issue, because as soon as they scan your card and they see that you've modified the ECU more times than they have at the dealer, they're going to know that you've done something, and they can TD1 your car, and they'll never do a warranty repair on it again. But if there's a safety recall, they should still honor those. Lizard 6376, you were really hounding me about that piston soak. For me, I don't think it did a big deal. I haven't put the video out. It's literally just pulling your spark plugs out and pouring some stuff in there, letting it sit overnight, and then draining it out. It might have helped a little bit, but the valve cover gaskets were leaking heavily. That's where my oil consumption was coming from. I still have a little bit of oil consumption, but the valve cover gaskets were the big issue. And so that did more than anything to help my oil consumption. It is light. It's just pure ice. So yes, DSA is correct. I'm going to do a refill. I'll be right back. Leave me some questions, you guys. Okay, guys, we have 3 giveaways left this evening. We've got the RS grill from Can Auto Performance. We have the test pipes from Can Auto Performance. And we have the Merc Racing V3 30T heat exchanger. along with the Merc Racing Divorce Reservoir. Haven't quite decided if I'm going to split up the Merc Racing products or do them together as a packaged grand finale grand prize. I'm still in the air about that. All right, let me catch up with some of the questions here. Brian, he wants to know about summer versus winter tires. A lot of people talk about it. I run all seasons, pretty much year round, but I'm not out at the drag strip. If I was really dedicated to wanting to go to the strip and whatnot, I would do that. And I don't live in an area that has really inclement winter weather either. I have no reason to have winter tires or a winter wheel set up, so I'm not the best person to ask on that. Ethan asks, what's my favorite mixed drink? I'm a die-hard sucker for a really good gin and tonic or a really good vodka tonic, just something like refreshing. I really like my gins. I'm not a huge vodka person, but our local distillery here has the best vodka ever, and so I do that. But I'm also a big bourbon fan and whiskey fan. Let's see here. Just trying to get through all these questions real quick. Head gasket on the 4OT from Jet. I've never heard of a head gasket failing on a 4OT or on a 3OT. If somebody else in the chat has any information about a head gasket failure, definitely tag him and talk to him about it. But I've never heard of I've never even heard of a head gasket failing on a 3OT. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but it's just not something you hear, and I haven't heard of it happening on a 4OT either. Ryan, this is a good Friday night, man. I don't know what you're complaining about. Do I think there's a big difference between dual pulley and single pulley? I'm going to do a video all about pulleys and why your crank pulley fails and the different stages, quote unquote, for things. But here's my overall thoughts on stage one single pulley, stage two single pulley. If your car is stock and you aren't ready to go to dual pulley ratio, so that means either changing your crank and supercharger pulley or just doing an oversized crank pulley to get that ratio, which is what most people do now, what I would suggest is going stage one. If you go stage one, I would skip stage one single pulley and just get your cooling, everything ready, and go straight to a stage two dual pulley setup. The stage one single pulley over stage one was, you could feel a difference, but it was underwhelming. Go from stage one to stage two dual pulley. If you're already stage one single pulley, then you got it, and it is what it is. But I would, if it's a supercharger pulley you replace, yeah, get the correct crank pulley. But these days, if you've got an OEM car, it's just smarter to go with an oversized crank pulley, 205 millimeter or 207 millimeter. Get your cooling set up for that heat, and just go full send with that. Paintball New York. Is there a better way to get in touch with Jose Mercado? Trying to figure out which install kit I need for their heat exchanger for my C7.5. One, Jose Mercado of Merc Racing, for those of you that don't know, is a one-man band. Well, it's him and his son that run Merc Racing. They run it at their house. They do everything themselves, from answering emails to social media to development to building the products to shipping, everything. He was doing this for many years, working a 9-to-5 job, then coming home and doing Merc Racing stuff till 2:30 in the morning, and then turning around doing it the next day. That's why he doesn't respond to emails immediately. And I think with our society, we've gotten so used to getting immediate gratification of having someone talk to us immediately that when we go with someone and we don't get it, it's really frustrating. And sometimes things slip through and he doesn't get back to people for a little bit, but he's a great guy and he will always take care of his customers. Send him an email. If he doesn't answer for a while, send him another email. He will get in touch with you. But if you order if you go on their website, it has the install kit, you order it, it should be the correct one that gets sent to you for your car. You can also go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get the stuff and piece it together yourself. But just keep sending him a message every once in a while, and he'll get back in touch with you. All right. Whiskey, bourbon. All right, let's see here. Neil, I'll look for that gin. I will definitely try that. Martin asked if I'm still using the Stone Carbon grill. No, my car's in the shop and it's getting a whole facelift. For those of you that don't know, I am installing a Can Auto Performance facelift style RS6 bumper on the car. So now I will use facelift grills in the car. And I've got an OEM Black Optics 8-bar grill. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. It looks so good. I cannot wait to get it back. Yeah, for anybody who has a 4OT, get rid of the oil screens completely. You can do that relocation kit, but it's just get rid of it. Or get rid of them, I should say. But going back to the Stone Carbon grill, I had that for many years. It did start to fade. It started to crack a little bit. If I were to get another RS grill, it would be from Can Auto Performance. Those guys are great. And they stand behind their stuff. And Travis is right. Most of those guys get this stuff from China, but the thing is, you can either go with AliExpress and try and source one yourself and hope that it fits. But if it doesn't, trying to get it sent back and replaced from some random dude in China, it's going to be a pain in the ass. If you pay a little bit more and you get it through someone like Can Auto Performance, who has a very good relationship with one of those factories, if it doesn't fit, you call and tell them, they're going to take care of you. So that's why I would still suggest you go with Can Auto Performance. Katarov asked about my oil burning. Yep, it turned out my valve cover gaskets were leaking pretty heavily. So, excuse me, that fixed most of my oil consumption issues. God, I hate this chat thing. It like bounces around. It's such a pain in the butt. C7 owners bourbon club would be fun. I'm not getting a full paint job, but about 80% of the car is getting painted. I'm getting pretty much all the major blemishes on the car repaired. On the rear end, I've got an OEM S6 diffuser now on the rear bumper, and I had that painted a satin black. I'm really excited to get it back. I'm excited to get the wheels that I bought put on it. It's going to look real good once it's all said and done. I'm super stoked for it. Friday nights at Cameron's, I like it. This is fun. Travis, I've never seen a $37 RS grill with all the options, but you find one that works. Props to you, man. I've had to deal with some issues before, and Can Auto is just so easy. And plus, they always do really good group buys with the channel, so we do at least 1 or 2 of those a year. Derek, have I ever heard a wind blowing vacuum noise immediately after turning off the ignition? Sort of sounds like the fan's on the lowest setting for a couple minutes. Your fans will run, especially if your car's hot or you've had your AC going. Your fans will run after you turn off the car for a little bit. But in terms of like a whooshing vacuum noise, not really. Can't say I've heard anything like that. All right. Where can I get a PCV for the Mercury Ring PCV job? So that's from DeFake. A PCV, DeFake, what are you talking about? Where can you get a PCV? I've got a whole parts list and a video about the parts that you need. And in the description, there's a PDF that tells you by part number what you need to get. So just let me know specifically what you're trying to find. And if you guys hang out, I will show you the Merc Racing kit. So this is one of 2 Merc Racing PCV relocation install kits. Keep in mind, this is not the only part you need. There's a whole list of other parts. This is gonna be what makes it a DIY friendly job that allows you to do it at home without having to do any permanent modification to your supercharger. So there's our throttle body spacer. It's got a threaded bung for water meth injection, and then there's our return line. This right here, I'll take this out real fast. This is the plug that is going to go into the bottom of the supercharger to block off the OEM return line. This screw here isn't going to stay in there. This screw, Jose's smart. He realized real fast that if we put this in here, once it's into the bottom of the supercharger, how do you get it out? So he created that hole there with this screw that you can thread in. If you ever want to pull it out, you thread that in, and you can use this to put it in and to pull it out, much like Travis's butt plug. So, yeah, that's really smart on Jose's behalf, but I'm really excited to get this installed. One thing we have figured out, we've already figured out a couple issues. If you have an OEM throttle body, then this is going to be just fine. If you have a larger throttle body, we found in mounting these, because we just got these and putting them to the car, there's something gets in the way of allowing it to mount. So we're going to have to, for those that have already done the pre-order, we actually have all those kits ordered and they're in, but we're going to have to get a little bit of an extra spacer for those of you that have larger throttle bodies, and that's something Jose is working on. So those will be there, but then there'll be, the final revision later on will be modified to where it will work with all throttle bodies without having to have a little bit of an extra piece. But those are there. The gaskets and hardware is all in here. I am very, very excited to get that in. All right, let's see here. Lars Algera, I would go with an oversized crank pulley versus doing a supercharger pulley and a crank pulley. The reason for that is, in order to get the pulley ratio, you have to shrink your supercharger pulley and increase your crank pulley. When you shrink your supercharger pulley, you're decreasing surface area that your belt is on. And so that could produce more belt slippage. Whereas if you only get your ratio by increasing your crank pulley, you're only increasing surface area that your belt is touching, which should limit belt slippage. So that's why we just go with the oversized crank pulley. And you're just installing one pulley. Excuse me. Joey DeCarlo, I am Phantom Black. Yes, I am on my car. Gears and Beers. Honestly, I just got busy with doing DIYs and whatnot. Gears and Beers I kind of hold on to when I don't have any actual DIY stuff to show you guys. Those are kind of things that I come up on the fly. Well, what can I talk about this week? So I will definitely have some more of those come out in the future. Yeah, we do a good amount of Can Auto. We do a lot of Can Auto performance group buys. Those guys have, we've been working with them for a couple years now, and they've been great investing in the channel, and they hook up the community, not only C7s, but the B8s, SQ5s, anything that they offer, they allow me to do a group buy for, which is really cool. Brian Lyle, the whistling, what kind of engine do you have? If you have a 4.0T and you hear a whistle, it could be a PCV, but that's at the front of the engine. Whistle at the back, I would start checking vacuum lines and things like that. Yeah, and if anybody needs a supercharger removal tool, the supercharger pulley removal tool, I have one sitting here collecting dust. I will let it go for a very good price if anybody needs one. Just email me, DM me. Grim Music asks what my football team is. If we're talking about American football, I am a Carolina Panthers fan. I was a little kid when the expansion happened. With as bad as we've always been, I'll always be a Carolina Panthers fan. So that's my American football team. When it comes to rest of world football, I love soccer. I absolutely love it. I'm loving the World Cup right now, but I am not a die-hard soccer fan where I'm like, this is my team, whatever. I still just enjoy watching it. And I love that because I'll watch any game. The PCBs on those cars, they fail ridiculously. It's weird. Some might last 4 years, some last 8 months. It's stupid. That's why this relocation project is going to be so good. Let's see here. The next group buy, we just did a group buy with Can Auto at the end of October, so the next one won't be for a little bit. Probably around the spring, more than likely. I haven't tried Motul 5W40 Sport. Might be something to look into. I use Liquid Moly, and I really haven't had any issues with it. Been really, really happy with it. And yeah, we had some tough years with the Panthers, and we're having tough years now. All right, guys. Let's give away the Can Auto Performance RS Grill. Don't write anything. Don't put any numbers in. Hang on. No, there are not any injector upgrades for the 3.0T. Talk to James Rubio about that for the Crack, but no, right now there are none. But hang on. All right, y'all. We've got the RS Grill from Can Auto Performance. It has your front sensors, your parking sensors here, where you would put your OEM ones. If you want to retrofit a front camera in, you can do so on this. If you have OEM night vision, you can probably get it to work on this. You'll just have to modify this. What you're going to need to go with this grill, though, you're going to need your own front emblem. This is not the front emblem because the one that came with it, I've had this for a little while, and since I got a new bumper, I can't use it. I use that front emblem for something else. So you either need to put your OEM silver one on there or pick up your own black one. Can Auto Performance can provide that for you guys. So we're going to give this away. Don't put any numbers in. We're going to do something different, I think, here. So give me a couple seconds to ponder on what I want to make you guys do. Set this back here under the pretty lights. Should I change my light color? Go some festive red back there. All right, so obviously this is for a C7, A6, or S6. Excuse me. This will not work on A7 cars, so unless you, or B8s obviously, or SQ5s, anything like that. So if you have one of those, yeah, don't try and win this, I guess. Let's see here. The first person that gets a piece of paper and writes on there, "I heart Audi C7 owners," and gets a picture in front of their car and gets on Instagram and tags me in it, the first notification I get wins this RS grill. Go get it. I'm opening up my Instagram right now. I've got my notifications pulled up. Let's see what happens. You have to write, "I heart Audi C7 owners," and post it on there and tag me in it. Go just do it in front of any car. It doesn't have to be your car, any car. Just go do something and post it on your Instagram. Go get it done. Travis, even better. Do it while you're on the shitter. I don't care. Just a picture. I'm dying. I'm getting over a bronchial infection. Yay me. I hope this gen helps. Dude, Travis, if you get a sign while you're taking a shit, I'm going to lose it. It's going to be fucking hysterical. Let's see here. We might have a winner. And it's got to be tagged somewhere that I can share on social media, not DM to me. So it's got to be somewhere. If you're on Facebook, you don't have Instagram, post it in one of the Facebook groups, something like that. And for whoever wins this, Ross Engerson says he's got an extra black emblem that he can throw in for the grill. So I'll hook you guys up with him. Let's see here. Refreshing the list. No winners yet. No, you have to post it publicly, Travis. You have to, and it's got to have the sign. It's got to say, "I heart Audi C7 owners." Even better. Like, modify the picture. I don't know. Something. It's got to be posted publicly where someone sees you on the John. Let's see here. All right. All right. Oh, hold on. Let's see here. We might have winner. I got to refresh here. All right, let's see here. Derek, did you really win this, dude? Hold on, let's see here. Oh, Derek, I think someone beat you by like seconds, dude. Oh, you guys, two people had these actually there's like four of you guys that did this. Oh man, you guys were so close on this, you guys. Oh, this is so close. Hold on, I gotta look at these. You guys are awesome. All right, so that's 10:13. Jet, I'm sorry, dude. You're like literally a couple minutes too late. Let's see here. 10, All right, so I will take a picture of this because the way Instagram chats works is the first person who messages me with the tag, like the notification I get, it puts them at the bottom of the list. And the first person is Theodore Russell, which is crazy. I met Theodore and Helen randomly when our car group went out there when I was still driving a Volkswagen. So Theodore, dude, yes. Well, hold on, let me see here. Did you DM it or did you post it? You didn't post in a story. You didn't tag me in the story. You just sent me a picture. It's got to be posted, dude. So it is, yeah. Hold on, let's see here. I got to get back to the chat. West Virginia Cajun, man. You win, dude. Oh, wait, hold on. You guys are killing me. I said Instagram, so I have to go with what I said. And I think the West Virginia Cajun did it like almost immediately. Hold on. Yeah, so West Virginia Cajun was 10-11 according to me, and everything else so far has been 10-12. So West Virginia Cajun got it in the earliest at 10-11 p.m. So let me make sure I note this. All right, Cajun, email me your stuff, man. You guys, that was fun. I will share all that stuff once I get to my socials later on my phone. So congratulations to Cajun. I will get your info and I'll get that shipped out to you. That was ridiculously close. I thought someone would like have it done like immediately and everybody else coming behind them, but I got like 4 notifications like almost immediately. All right. Your KD is suffering, Derek. You came close, man. You were like 30 seconds behind him, dude. That was a good one. All right, so we have 2 more giveaways. We have the test pipes and the Merc Racing stuff. I think I'm going to give away the Merc Racing stuff as a kit. Because the divorce reservoir, you have to run it with one of his new heat exchangers. So if you have an old version that doesn't have the correct bleed port, you won't be able to run the divorce reservoir correctly. I will say for anybody who's getting the heat exchange and the divorce kit, you're going to have to reach out to Jose with Merc Racing and you're going to have to get the install kits. These are just the hardware. It's not coming with the install kits. And you'll need the install kit to be specific to your car if you don't have a C7. So yeah. You guys, this is a lot of fun. I love this crap. And I do like the idea. I'll probably try and do a live stream at least once a month. It's a good time. Once again, if you guys weren't in earlier, if you guys want to meet me and shoot the shit in person, I will be at Southeast Eurofest Raleigh, February 25th and 26th. And then I will definitely be at Alpine Volksfair in May, and I'll be hosting a big body pre-meet. So it's going to be a pre-meet for all Audis, no matter the generation, A6s and larger, including SUVs. And from that pre-meet, I'll be able to choose a handful of people. I'm not sure exactly how many, but I'll be able to choose a certain amount of cars to go to the actual show field that Saturday at Volksfair to compete in the big show. So really looking forward to that. It was an awesome time last year. I met a few of you guys in person last year, so I'm really stoked on that. Trivia would be cool. Trivia's good, but I like these last 2 are pretty big. I want to give like a really fair shot at everybody participating. Maybe I'll do another giveaway sometime in the future for some trivia for some trivia stuff. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to know about the C7 platform, me in general, Volkswagen Audis, air traffic, guns? I know a lot about guns. I'm a firearms instructor. Is there anything anybody wants to know about? We're going to start winding this down and get into the last 2 giveaways. I want to make sure if you had a question that you asked I didn't get to answer, post it up again. Theo, I'm sorry, dude. I hope your pinky toe recovers. Travis, I'm sure you've written in worse things. I'm kind of trying to catch up with these things. My quarter mile time, you believe it or not, I actually haven't done any quarter mile times. I don't own a Dragy. I really just need to buy a Dragy. And I haven't taken my car to a drag strip yet just because like my car is not like peak performance. I don't think anybody would be impressed with my drag times. I haven't had good tires on it up until recently. Maybe once I get these new wheels on and these new tires and it warms up a little bit, I'll go out and go. I would love to go to the drag strip with the car. That would be a really fun video to do and see what it will do. I'm also kind of apprehensive because I have this like defeating feeling that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to have all these mods done and everything done. I'm going to go out there and run like a 12.5 quarter mile because something's going to be wrong with my engine that I'm not aware of. And I just don't want to have that realization if it's there. But no, I'll definitely go do it. And that'll be a video all into itself. Paintball New York, what are some good sub $100 gift ideas for Audi C7 owners? That's a great question. And someone asked me to do a video about that. And I think that'll be a really good time or a good video. I would start with your drivetrain and transmission mount inserts from Eurocode. Those stiff up your drivetrain, help you transfer your power and take the mushiness out of it a little bit. That's a really, really, really good about $100 upgrade there. You can spend $90 and get the RKX silicone intake tube, and eventually you can hook that up to your OEM airbox and modify your airbox to be able to hear it and hear the supercharger whine. That'll delete your stock intake tube, which has a silencer in it that kills that supercharger whine. OBD11, I think they have a version that's under $100, but it's not the pro version, but still under $100 to have that. That's definitely a very good option. That might be a video I do though, under $100 gift ideas or modifications, things like that for the C7. That'd be a good one. Grim Music, yeah, if you have a C786, post it up. Maybe you might find someone who wants it, but I think everybody in here already has a car. Seawell, shotgun brand of choice. I'm not a huge shotgun guy, to be honest. I mean, they're fun. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy them. I've been a fire instructor for a very long time, concealed handgun permit instructor, use of lethal force, defensive shooting instructor. And a lot of people, they love to do the boomer folklore, the FUD lore about, all you got to do is rack your shotgun, someone's there. And then I ask them, like, how often do you train for defensive shooting with a shotgun? And, you know, people get real quiet real fast there. And I'm like, how much time have you spent trying to maneuver in like a hallway with a shotgun? What ammunition do you use in your shotgun for self-defense or home defense? And when you start asking people these questions and they realize that they've never put more thought into it than they did what they were going to have for breakfast that day, they get real quiet real fast. If money's not a factor, you know, a really reliable semi-automatic shotgun when it comes to self-defense, that's what I would go for. You know, obviously like a Benelli, something like that. Beretta, I think, released a shotgun recently. I forget the name of it. That's supposed to be really good. That people have been really impressed with. But like I said, shotgun, I have fun with it. It's not my forte. I've got some really nice shotguns for sport shooting, skeet shooting, things like that. I'm definitely more of a rifle handgun kind of a guy. What will be your next ride after this one? This is from Theodore, from Theo. After this one, if I get rid of the A6, which I have more on want to do the A6, I'm not getting rid of it soon, but I would love to move into the 40T platform. I feel like that's the next step for this channel especially. And if I did that, I would want to move probably into a 7, so an S7 more than likely. I would love for an RS7, but it all just depends on budget. But definitely something with a 40T. This channel needs that for sure. And after getting to drive my buddy Quinn's and Helen last year, definitely like secured. It was like, okay, I'm gonna own one of these one day. Unfortunately, I'll be behind the times. You know, they've been out for so long that everybody will have everything done, but still it'll be fun to have one for the channel. I do not have my 107 drone license. I don't have any drones. So no, I have not messed with that at all. I get my good looks from my mama, Travis. Thank you for asking. I'm never opening up a shop. I'm not a legit mechanic at all. I never claimed to be, and I never will. I've learned everything from other people or other YouTube videos or the wise ancient forums and just experience from working on my own cars. You should see half the videos I put out that make it look like I know what I'm doing. I might have done that job like 6 damn times before I got to record it and got it right. Excuse me. So no, I've never opened up a shop. If you're somewhere local to me and you need some help with something, I definitely don't mind helping out, especially if I'm very familiar with it. But I'll be the first one to tell you if I'm not confident in doing the job. There's other legit people in this state specifically, like Humble Mechanic Charles. He has his own shop and he's 2 hours away from me. Why would you come to me when he's down the road? And there's some other really, really good Volkswagen Audi shops, like in Wilmington. There's Auto Motorsport. Those guys are great. So yeah, no, never opening up a shop. I do this for fun and to get information out to people. I've got my day job though. On stage one tune recommendations, the two companies I'll send you to for stage one tunes are Integrated Engineering and 034 Motorsports. Those are the top two in the 3OT gang for sure. Josh Walling asked me a question. Favorite tool in the garage? That's a good question. Let's take a look real quick. One of my favorites is a pair of hose clamp pliers. These are for like the spring things. These come in super clutch. It's one of those things that you don't use all the time, but when you want one, they are really, really, really helpful. That's on that Amazon shop list that I've got. Another one are these are plastic, but I have the metal studs or metal like threaded bolts for your wheel hubs to help get your wheels on. I got two of them up here, having two of those to guide the wheels on. Having said that, I'm probably going to upgrade to a stud kit on the car for these wheels. I'm really excited about that, but these come in clutch. Having a good impact of some kind is incredibly helpful. So I've got a 1/2 inch and I've got, these are both DeWalt. So I've got my little impact driver. I've got my 1/2 inch one. These, I use them all the time in all my videos. You see them in there. So those are all some of my favorite tools for sure that I use all the time, along with like my Torx bits and things like that. Yep, I've built plenty of ARs. GXB, do they have good sale on their Drive Shaft carriers? They had a sale for their Black Friday, but it was literally just one day, and I think it was 15% off. They don't do crazy sales all the time. His price is pretty competitive as it is. Once again, Jay Bullington, JXB Performance. It's a small business, and their product is worth every single penny. So save the money and get one from them for sure. Taylor Waugh, vibration while in gear at idle, improved with acceleration, and when in neutral or park. Could be motor mounts, could also be control arms, and those two are directly linked. If one of them is going bad, the other one will go bad sooner, especially if your engine mounts. If your engine mounts are going out, it'll wear your control arms out real fast. So definitely get that looked into for sure. My new wheels are not much lighter than the stock wheels that I had. So I looked it up today, actually. My OEM wheels, I think, are 27.5 pounds, and the new wheels that I got, they're flow formed, and they're 25 pounds. So definitely saving a few pounds, but not excessively lighter. Randy, the top 10 mods? Yeah, I've got the top 4. Well, the top 4 mods. I didn't do the top 4. I said your first 4 you should do. I'll probably do a video on like top mods that just aren't in order of what you should do them in, just in terms of like best bang for your buck or best like smile factor. That'll be another video I definitely do. Lizard asked why I do in aviation. I'm an air traffic controller. What's my favorite thing I own to shoot from Eden Wardenberg? I love my Glock 45. I've got it set up with my red dot sight and weapon light. It's my EDC. It's fantastic. I've got a Browning Sweet 16, 16 gauge shotgun when they were still made in Belgium with like the gold trigger and the gold sights, and that was a hand-me-down piece. It's amazing. I've got some other like family heirloom rifles that I really like, but my AR and my handgun, I have so much fun with both of those. Those are definitely my favorite guns. Grid music, I'm not really familiar on the A3, and I'll tell you, don't do the A3, save up and get at least an S3. You're going to be a lot happier. Damn bug just flew in my face. All right. What do I think about the ECS intake? I think it's a waste of money. I would just get the RKX intake tube and then either just put a filter on the end of it or open up your OEM air box. If you want it to look super fancy, yeah, get something fancy, but it's a waste of money in my eyes, just personal opinion. Josh Walling, there's plenty of C7A6s out there, man. You can always go buy another one. The 40T, like I said, my next car would be a 4T, but I will say I love the B9 SQ5. I would love to have one of those. Supercharged Blicka, best tires for an A7. Most people go with the Pilot Sport 4s or the DWS 06s, whatever those are from Continental. Those seem to be the two go-tos. Yep, Deutsche Auto Parts, he's out there too. We got a lot of good people around the North Carolina area. You know, Jose Mercado being right outside of Charlotte. Let's see here. All right, getting caught up with these, and we'll get into the next giveaway, you guys. So hang tight 1 second. Well, injector cleaning and doing a carb clean help fuel mileage. Yeah, it should. Your intake valve cleaning is something you should do every 75,000 to 100,000 miles. Builds up fast. Injectors, what we're finding out now is they should be replaced probably every 100,000 miles. If you stay on top of it and like get an extra set in like every 50 to 60,000 miles, send them off to get tested and cleaned. They should last you a really long time. But fuel mileage, usually fuel mileage is from your foot and not from a component, especially if you've got a dual pulley tune. Yes, Bill Barros, I do need a set of quick jacks. If you would like to donate a set of quick jacks to the channel, I'm all about it. I would love a set of those. God, I would be so happy if I had a set of those. When it comes to APR for tuning, APR abandoned 3OT platform and their customer service sucks. When you buy that tune, you don't get what you get with IE or 034. You don't get the ability to data log at home. You don't get the ability to change tunes at home. You get so much more from the other companies who are constantly developing for the 3OT that you don't get with APR. And if you guys know me, it's no surprise. I'm not a big fan of APR for this platform specifically. Jason, if I butcher this, I'm sorry, Galgen. How do I feel about the build your own throttle body upgrade? Yeah, absolutely. If you know how to do it, or you could check out Suited Up to the Nines, Josh Marshall, and order his kit that him and Shane Horning make. $400, I think it is, $450 maybe for a throttle body kit. That's hard to beat. And Josh might have to correct me on this. I don't think it comes with the pipe that like O34 and APR have to extend it. And I talked to Jose about that. Like, what's the importance of having that pipe that brings that throttle body away from the supercharger? And he said it's about flow and balancing the air. If you've got this upgraded throttle body right there at the supercharger, it doesn't have a chance to get like, this is beyond my scope of expertise. But basically, so that tube is there to allow that air to fully balance out going into the supercharger, if that makes sense to some of you guys. But still, he's running 10-second quarter miles with his throttle body upgrade. So if, that's what I would look at. Theo, do I prefer 308 or 6.5 Creedmoor? 308 just because it's easier to get. I don't have a strong opinion on either. It's one of those, whatever you're using it for, just make sure it suits your situation. Yeah, Lizard, new injector set is expensive, but when you see people sending cylinder 5s to the moon because of fueling issues, $1,000 for injectors or $7,000 to swap an engine out. What do you want to do? I don't have my Cash App, Ramy, but my PayPal. If you really want my Cash App for something, I'm really like, and guys, like, don't send me ridiculous amounts of money. But if you really want my Cash App, DM me on Instagram or Facebook or send me an email. I'll hit you up with it. I know in this chat you can do the super chat thing where you can do donations straight through YouTube, and that goes straight to me as well. But if you'd rather do it in private, DM me privately. All right, Brian Lyle. I'm going to address Brian Lyle's question, and then we're going to get into the next giveaway because I need to check my battery on my phone, make sure I'm not going to run out of battery juice there. He is an annoying, loud popping noise when turning at only really low speeds. He replaced the front axles with Raxels. Nice job. Has to be control arms. It could be control arms for sure. Upper and lower, that's a huge problem on the C7s. But get under there and really inspect everything. Inspect your underbody paneling, inspect your heat shields, inspect your fender liners. Make sure there's not something random that's come loose and is just clicking. check all of that stuff. And if you don't know how to do that, take it to a shop to do a safety inspection and tell them about the clicking. Get in the car, drive it for them so they can hear it, and have them do that inspection. I've never seen used injectors, and unless they were really low miles and you knew the person you're selling them from or buying them from, I don't know if I'd trust used injectors unless you could verify that they were very low miles and handled appropriately. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Built by Ross. That's a good one. Check the struts. You have a strut mount. Check the struts. That popping noise absolutely could be your struts. I'm not sure how I forgot that. And also your sway bar end links as well. Okay, guys. Let's do the test pipe giveaway. I know a lot of you have wanted to do that. So if that is what you guys want to do, I'm going to make this as fair as possible. Derek Gordon, I'll answer your question. I am drinking gin and tonic with a local distillery called End of Days Gin. This is just their regular gin here. You can actually go online and find their website, and you can find a place that they'll ship you stuff. They have barrel rested gins, which are so good. But their normal gin, we're talking like top shelf liquor quality for mid shelf tier prices. So like this bottle is like $35. Their vodka has won multiple competitions. I have a bottle of Kettle One. I have a bottle of Grey Goose. I don't think I have Grey Goose anymore, but I have a bottle of Kettle One in my liquor cabinet. I use that when I run out of their vodka. I pretty much only use their spirits now. I love it. Okay, guys, test bites. We're going to go back to the number game. Don't start writing numbers yet. This is just the most fair way, the most fair chance, luck of the draw way that we can do this. And so, yeah, no more running to the cars. We're going to do a number. Let's see here. There's 67 of you guys watching. A couple of people just dipped out. Let's see here. We're going to do a number between 1 and 500. Go. I'll write down my numbers. Only write your answer one time, okay? Let me check the battery on my shit. All right, you guys have 10 seconds. In 10 seconds, I'm going to make a comment, and the only responses above that comment will count. Anything below it won't. So, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, hang on. Let me look through. For those of you wondering, my number is 416. It's written somewhere on there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's 416. All right. Sorry, guys. Anybody that posted anything after the comment is not in there. Wait, is there? All right. Hold on. You know what? Okay, stop. Now, all right, here. No, I can't do it. You guys have made the numbers. Sorry, guys. Is there really that much of a delay? Is there really that much of a delay? Yeah, sorry, guys. I got to stick to what I said. I can't keep going back. So I'm going up above. Hang tight. I'm going to go look. All right, so 416. Let's go and look. All right, we got a 420. Ooh, we got a 417. All right, let's see if there's anything closer. So I'm looking for someone who might have said 415 or 417. Let's see. I see a 417. I'm going to write that name down so I don't have to find it again. So I'm going through it here. Yeah, it really doesn't matter all you guys that commented after mine because none of you guys have come closer than this guy yet so far. All right, yeah, nobody came closer than this no matter what. Dude, one off, are you kidding me? Woot Stapler DOS. That is crazy, dude. All right, Woot, make sure you send me all of the information, first and last name, shipping information, all that stuff. My phone is still at 0.5%, man, or I mean half battery. We're doing good on my phone. But send it to me in an email, please. Congratulations, dude. That's awesome. One off. That is crazy. All right, guys. That's awesome, man. James Carey, it's the Nav Man. If you look at my videos, there's one that's like MMI upgrade, and I got links to him. But his name is Ben Weaving on the forums, or it's like the NavmanUK.com, something to that effect. If you go through my videos, you'll find the one on it, and there'll be a link in there. Wait a minute, Neil Martin is just setting 3:47, and like, how the hell does it come in that late? Is there really that much of a delay? Damn. All right, next time I'll make sure I give you guys a lot more time, but it doesn't really matter because nobody came closer anywhere near 417. That is, yeah, I can't believe you were one off. All right, guys, we've been doing this. How long have we been doing this? We've been doing this for over an hour and some odd. So you guys have been awesome. Do you guys have any other questions? Do you have any other comments? Do you have any concerns? Is there anything about the channel that you guys want me to change? Or is there anything about my channel that I do that you guys don't like? I'm always ears for anything like that. Anyways, I can improve it. I've filmed everything literally with my cell phone, and I use a lapel mic as my microphone. I'm trying to get into some better stuff. I will say this, I've been talking to some local videographer guys that once I get my car back in the body shop and I can afford to get tires put on to the new wheels, that I will be doing like a legit artistic, like fancy featured video of the car in all its glory before I screw it up somehow. Yeah, so if there's anything else, guys, let me know. What videos are coming up? That's a good one. The PCV relocation videos, one of the bigger ones that'll be coming up in the next couple months. I'm just waiting on Marcus Rumwinkle's. I'm just gonna call him Rummy, as everyone else does. Basically the 30 or the 30T thermostat metal housing. I want that before I do this because I'm gonna be in the guts taking all that stuff out. So I don't want to have to do that twice and deal with the coolant pipe coming out and draining all that stuff twice just to do that. So that'll be coming up. An exhaust video, it'll be coming up. A video about how to install a Canliner Performance RS6 bumper and how to transfer all your stuff from your OEM bumper to that to install one of those. Have all that. Let me go through my box here. There'll be a O2 sensor replacement DIY. There will be, I'm going to do some detailing videos. For those of you that don't know, when I was in college, I detailed in Florida for like 4 years for Volkswagen and BMW, then a private shop. And so when the car comes back, I got sponsored by a company called Avalon King, which is a DIY ceramic coating company. And so I got a bunch of stuff from Adams, detailing equipment, and Avalon King. I'm going to do a video on how to, buff and polish your paint, like in an easy, like a DIY, like at home friendly kind of thing, not like some crazy hardcore detailing stuff, but something you can do at home. Show you guys how to do that and how to install the ceramic coating, give my honest opinions on that. So yeah, I've got a pretty good docket coming up. I'm going to do a video on how to engage AMAX. And for those of you that don't know what AMAX is, that's is max acceleration is what it's talking about. It's your OEM quote unquote launch control for the C7. I'm going to show you how to engage it, what you need to do for the car to safely use it, and how it works compared to not using AMAX, the difference between the two. Hopefully I'll pick up a Dragy for that video, or I might borrow a Dragy from somebody so that we can show like time differences with AMAX versus non-AMAX. I need to do a video on like mods years later, what I think about them, like how they're holding up, how things, what do I like about things I've done to the car versus things I would do differently. So I got a whole docket of stuff that I've got to film. It just comes down to time. Lizard, would I ever attempt removing the engine in my garage? It's absolutely possible without a lift. All you need is a cherry picker. You don't even have to take the front of the car off. I could absolutely do it in this garage. I got plenty of room. My thing is I don't have another car. Like my wife's got her car, but I would need a daily for me to be able to do that and take my time doing it. It's not something I would just do over the weekend. I don't have that knowledge. And I've never done it myself, so I'd want to bring someone in who has done it plenty of times to walk me through that guide. But don't expect to see that video on the channel anytime soon. Mad Scientist, HP Tuner Trans Tune. Yes, if you want a TCU tune, Integrated Engineering and 034 both have theirs, and they work just fine. I know Josh Marshall runs the 034 tune, and he likes it a lot. But you could talk to people that have gone from an HP Tuner's custom tune to someone or like to one of those, and everyone across the board has said that the custom tunes for the HP Tuners have been by far and large like better. I have one from Burt Gerds. He is awesome. Juan Melendez is another guy that does it. I really like my Burt Gerds tune, and I've got rolling AMAX. It's bumped up my RPM redline, so I think my redline's like 7,600 RPMs. There's usable space up there after 7,200 RPMs. Definitely HP Tuners is the way to go. So that's what I would recommend for a TCU tune. Keep the car at the body shop. I can't help it when people run into me. Okay, that was not my fault. All right, what should I go next? A heat exchanger or JBX driveshaft carrier? RA Stage 1. Theo, definitely the heat exchanger. Get a heat exchanger from Merc Racing. The 4OT heat exchanger is awesome. It's fantastic, especially for you because I think you're still in Florida. You deal with even more heat and humidity than I do up here in North Carolina. But even then, the 3OT version is still fantastic. Let's see here. I have at the same time a C7 chat going on Telegram, and those guys talk a lot of shit. So every time I check in with those guys every once in a while to make sure they're not running their mouths. All right, let's see here. But after you do the heat exchanger, Theo, definitely look at the drive shaft carrier. The drive shaft carrier, I've added benefit beyond just protecting your drive shaft is how much it cleans up your shifts and plants power down. Like my drivetrain, I've got 034 engine mounts, 034 control arms upper and lower. I've got the Eurocode front and rear sway bars. I've got Eurocode transmission mount inserts and the upper and lower differential mount inserts. And then I've got the JXB Performance upgraded drive shaft carrier with the track mount. My drivetrain is stiff. And people are like, oh God, it's got to vibrate. When it's sitting at idle, I feel a little vibration. As soon as I start driving, it's gone. No issues whatsoever. But God, the power just plants. It's fantastic. That JXB, like, bang for the buck, was one of the best mods I ever did on the car. The drive shaft carrier upgrade. Have I ever experienced issues with the volume knob? Turn the volume all the way to 0 and trying to increase it. Yeah, you just need to replace the volume knob or try and maybe clean it. I don't know if you can take it apart, but that's a common issue. And most people just replace the knobs, or they do the MMI update, and that sometimes fixes it as well. But a lot of times people just have to replace the knob. Live stream DIY, Grim Music. If it's something that I'm really familiar with, where I know I'm not going to screw it up, maybe. But I'm telling you guys don't really know the time that goes into a lot of these DIYs. Like for a video that might be a 25-minute video on YouTube, might take me, if I'm doing the job just by myself without filming it, an hour to do. But if I'm filming it, that hour job turns into a 3 or 4 hour job, especially if it's something I've never done before, because I have to make sure I record it appropriately. And if I don't get the right angle or something messes up, I have to put everything back together, and then I have to do it all over again. And then I have to go and I have to edit everything and put it together. For every 20-minute video I put up, you're looking at probably 6 to 8 hours worth of work behind them. And then my longer videos, even more. Like the control arm DIY video, that was like 5 days worth of work, as I was doing that after work, coming home, being into the garage like 3 in the morning in the middle of summer. Like that was a pain in the butt. Durable Dad, if you aren't using your Draggy, definitely send me either a DM on Instagram, Facebook, or my email, and we'll work something out, man. If you're not using it, yeah, I would love to find a good deal on a Draggy unit. Trading in cars. I don't know, man. I heard what is it? CarMax. I heard they do actually pretty well. Screw Carvana. I love the ZF8. The ZF8 transmission is probably one of the best automatic transmissions that's ever been produced. Yes, I broke mine, but I abuse the crap out of it. I have a tune that lets me rev match into like 5,700 RPMs in first gear, and I would do it all the time and let it rev match and rev hang down in first gear so I could hear my exhaust. That is not a healthy way to treat your transmission. If you drive them appropriately, they will last a lifetime. They're fantastic, and especially with a tune, they shift just as fast as a DSG. Now, granted, a tuned DSG will shift a little bit faster, but we're talking marginally, and they don't have near the problems that a DSG does, and they have the 8-speed, so you're gonna have better gas mileage. They're incredibly robust transmissions. They're fantastic. You reach Burke Burke's best way to reach him is email. And if you're interested in talking to Burke, because like Juan charges a lot more than Burke. I think Burke charges either $200 or $250 for his tune. If you are serious about wanting to talk to him, send me a message somewhere and I'll get you his email. He's a great dude. And for the longest time, had the world's fastest SQ5. Travis, I didn't say anything about a secret chat group. I didn't name it or anything, but now you threw it out there. That's your fault. I don't know if Melon stopped his EF tuning. I stopped following him a long time ago. I did not really, and I'm not trying to talk shit about someone. I didn't care for the way that he was selling Send exhausts for crazy amounts of money compared to what he was purchasing them for. That just rubbed me the wrong way. His tune, his ZF TCU tune was phenomenal. Some of the fastest ZF cars out there are running his tune. And they were fantastic. I will never talk crap about that. He did some other things that I just didn't really care for. But I'm not sure if he stopped tuning the ZFs. Yeah, still Donald Strickland. I get what you're saying, but still screw PR. Like I still like I don't like that they won't let you data log. You can't like with IE. I can't tell you how many times I've sent a data log in. Like, is this okay? And they've immediately been like, yeah, looks good. We can make this tweak here, and they do like a little tweak and send it to me. APR will not do that. And then as soon as I integrated engineering and 034 started to become competition for APR, they immediately were like, oh, we have competition. Let's drop the prices down of our tunes. And they only drop the prices of the 30T tunes down to compete with these guys. At that point, cat's out the bag and everybody's going to IE and 034, and then they drop their price of their other tunes. I don't know. I've got real big issues with APR from personal experience, from many cars, many Volkswagens, having issues where like, hey, I've got a problem and I think it's the tune. Like, no, it's not our tune, not our tune. And they wouldn't even help me with it. And then I switch the tune to another company and my problems disappear. APR needs to clean house and get back in touch with its customer base. I hope you guys liked on the last video my bloopers reel. I think I'm going to start adding the bloopers. I usually delete all the bad takes. I think I'm going to start adding those in at the end of the videos if you guys like those. If any of your buttons on your center dasher are stuck, get some electrical button cleaner or even alcohol and you know, get a Q-tip and alcohol or a brush and like go in there, or like electronics cleaner and spray it in there, and that should help a lot. James Carey, I found a local guy that lives really close to me who has an A6, so hopefully we will see some more 4OT content in the near future. Yep, I'm going to get the last giveaway done here in a bit. Let's see here. Theo, your vibration, if you have aftermarket, if you have test pipes or you have aftermarket exhaust on these cars are really tricky to get right, and they could be causing that vibration. So definitely look into that. Okay, guys, this has been an awesome live time. We're gonna get into the last giveaway. We're gonna do both the heat exchanger and the divorce kit. I'm gonna go get those and I'm gonna open them up so you guys can look at them and see what we got working with there. Hold on. Move some stuff around here. I got so much crap. First, we'll do the reservoir. All right, so this is the divorce reservoir to isolate your supercharger coolant pump loop. So we have a very in-depth video on that. It's a long video, but it's for a reason, to show you every step of the process there. But I got diagrams on that. But this is going to come with a few different things. So first, it's going to come with a bracket. This bracket is going to be used to mount onto your car, and I'll show you where to do that in the vehicle. I've got it labeled with a paint pen, C7 and S4. On the C7, you're going to use the bolts that are, or the holes that are next to each other. I drilled this one for you guys because this bracket was for just the S4s. With the S4, they're offset there, so it can be used for both of them. It's going to come with this rubber tubing, and you're going to use this to run from the reservoir to your heat exchanger, and this should be enough for that. It's also going to come with this fitting, which, if you're familiar with the heat exchanger, there's a plug on the top of it to bleed the heat exchanger. You're going to take that out completely and put this in there and connect it to the rubber tube here, and it's going to auto bleed your heat exchanger. It'll auto bleed all the air out through your reservoir, so you have that. The only thing that you're going to need, and you'll see in the video, I have my hose connect to a little it's a valve. I don't know what kind of valve you would call it, but it restricts the flow of fluid going back into the reservoir, because you want to restrict that flow going into the reservoir to where it doesn't splash in there and create bubbles, because you don't want to create air, right? So you'll need one of those, and you can get those from Merc Racing or probably Lowe's, your local hardware store. I've got this wrapped up like crazy. And then here is the actual reservoir itself. All right, this is his first gen of it. The new ones don't have two ports on them. They just have one. You want to leave this cap on there. You're not going to use it. You just need the single one coming off. But you can see here that when you get this mounted, you're going to need to get some bolts to actually screw this together. But they're going to connect there, and it'll mount into the car. So yeah, let's give away... Oh, I'll open up the heat exchanger and show you guys that too. I almost forgot about that. Let me wrap this. I have legit opened this thing and closed this thing many times. You have to tape it all back up again. I'm not going to take everything out of here, but you can see a beautiful, shiny, new heat exchanger from Merc Racing. Got your brackets, most of your mounting or all your mounting hardware I'm going to throw on the ground for you guys. I'll get that in a bit. I promise I'll go back in the box. You're just going to need the hose kit to actually get it installed to your car. You'll have to order that from Merc Racing. All right, y'all. Let's see here. Let me go through. All right, guys. So, we're just gonna do another number guess. That's the most fair way to do this and the easiest to do it. Don't start writing numbers yet. I will give you guys a good amount of time to do this. I realize there's delay here in the lag. Write my number down. Okay, I have my number down. Hope you guys are all ready. Pick a number between 1 and 1,000. Whoever gets the closest, get Exchanger and the Divorce Reservoir. Go for it. And no, it doesn't come with a sticker, damn it. So far, I've seen one person who has been one off. See you, Boogeyman. Derek, you're about 4,762 over. 1 in 1,000, guys. 1 in 1,000. Yeah, someone right now is one off of the number I chose. Okay, on my computer it is 11:03. I'm gonna type. Well, hold on. It's right now. It's 11:03 on my computer. We're gonna go till it says 11:05. Lizard's trying to get some identity fraud going on in here. It's just one number, you guys. Just pick one number. You only get one guess, and I'm gonna tell you guys who gets the closest here in a moment. Someone is one off from what I chose. And remember, guys, if you win anything and you live outside of the continental United States, I am going to have to charge a shipping fee. If you live inside the continental United States, I will take care of everything myself. Yeah, I know you did, Lizard. This is how it's been the whole night. I've told you, one guess. But, Lizard, I can tell you that you're not closer than the person who is one off. It's not one. I'll give you guys that. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to count down. I'm going to type this so it's real time. I think I didn't change it. I haven't changed anything. It's the same number. I wrote it on the paper. I will show it to you in a bit. I don't know if me typing comes through in real time versus the delay on the video or not. Okay. enjoy the tapping. All right, let me go through all the numbers just to make sure. But I don't think anybody is going to beat this person. All right, let's see here. A couple of you came really close. Going through all these, making sure I don't screw it up again. All right, guys. Here is your winner. DeFake won. He chose 728. My son was born on July 27th. So I did 727. If you can see it. Yep, there he goes. So congratulations to DeFake. Email me all of your stuff. His number was 728. I chose 727. That's crazy. So make sure you email me all your stuff. Yeah, that's crazy, you guys. That's awesome. Good job, guys. Well, for those of you guys that stuck around this whole time, thank you. Thank you to everybody that helped me get this channel to what it is. We are, I think, like 10,020 subscribers now, and it's just mind-blowing to me. I hope you guys stick around and enjoy the journey here, you guys. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. Boogeyman really wants some Dan Burke Racing stickers. Jose needs to get on that. Congrats to all the winners. Absolutely. Everybody who got something, congrats. Thank you guys once again so much. Remember, going forward in future videos, if there's a tool or something I use, buy it through my Amazon link. That'll help me buy tires for my new wheels faster. Yeah, keep the comments coming. Let me know what you guys want to see. And I should hopefully have at least one more video before the holiday season. But please make sure you guys are traveling safe this season. We're starting in the last few weeks for Christmas and everybody's moving around. Drive safe. Take care of your friends and family. Enjoy your time with your friends and family. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you guys at the next Friday Night Live in Cameron's Garage. See you later, guys.